Good morning. Linda, you ready?
Good morning.
Linda's running
I
around
don't know
here.
where this time goes, I'm telling you. It sure goes fast. So,
I'm Mary.
I'm Linda.
And we're Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen.
Welcome, and I'm out of breath. You'd think I'd been running a marathon this
Where
morning.
you
I'm
been?
burning up.
You've been journeying around here. Well, I hadn't been working like you have, but it's a little chilly to me. But I'm not cold, but it's a little chilly.
I'll put you to work. You'll get hot. You'll get warm. So our electricity went off at 5 o'clock this morning. Oh my goodness. So I called my sister early, or texted her, and I said, I'll call you, I'll text you in a few minutes. If it doesn't come on, I can't even see to get ready. But almost right after I texted you, just a few minutes, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, it came on. Thank God, hallelujah.
I know.
I don't know what they were doing, if they were doing an upgrade or what.
I was journeying around getting stuff out of the freezer. I was getting ready to cook what I'm going to cook today. So, anyway,
so
it worked out.
It did. It worked out. But I didn't have that extra hour that I had planned on because we're making baked sweet potato pies today. And I wanted to bake the sweet potatoes and have a pie in the oven so we could have it come out.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen because I lost my extra hour. And so anyway, here we are. And now let's see. You know how we used to get ready for trainings? Mm-hmm. And Mary and I have facilitated so many trainings over the years. As supervisors, that was part of our job. And we would be in such a tizzy. And then once we get started in training, we were A-okay. It's just like
it's just a lot of preparation.
It's just getting it ready. Yeah. So for those of you who have never done this,
I remember one night on one job where I was supervisor, I sit up all night long getting paperwork ready. That we didn't have it stuff on computer then. Getting it ready before the next day.
Everything was paper. It was paper folders. Yeah. And it was a job. Yeah. But okay, so the sweet potatoes, and for our members on the recipe, I put that. Is that still hot?
No,
Mary?
It's not hot. I was just going to show these. She's got already baked them in the oven.
The recipe called for 3 medium sweet potatoes. These are pretty big, and we're making 2 pies, so this is 5. So go by the recipe that's on the website for our members, and for those of you that are here, we'll call out what we're making, but it's going to be for 2 pies, so they're going to have to divide it. And Mary, I wrote on the recipe out to the side, so instead of 3 sweet potatoes, we're actually only using 5, even though I got 6, because some of these are pretty big.
Yeah, they're quite large.
So I kind of pre-baked my pie crust. And we did use pie weights. Mary's over there taking them out. You didn't get them all out, did you?
No, I didn't.
And it scared me to death. She's over there picking them up with her hands. I just knew she was going to burn her skin off of her fingers. But I guess they had cooled enough that they didn't.
We got most of these out. We've showed y'all before. She uses pie weights. I don't always use pie weights, Linda. Well, I do sometimes, but I don't always.
I'm just more comfortable using pie weights.
Linda, I can pick that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I told y'all she's braver than I am. I would never done that. Okay, so that is a 9-inch deep dish pie pan or pie plate. And that's our old pie plate, and this one here is our stone.
Right there. I had to hold my hand.
That's all right.
This don't have the little handles like that other one does.
It doesn't have the handles.
And I touched the crust and kind of broke a little bit of the edge off.
That's okay. That is hot.
Yeah, that's a little hot. It's not too hot, but it's warmer than the other one.
And I also, while you're doing that, I'll show them the little leaves that I cut out and cooked.
And she put remember I done that one time before too, didn't I?
Yeah.
In Alabama.
Don't step on them and fall.
I won't. Anyway, I was trying to save time to get them all picked up, and I'm not sure.
So these are the little leaves that I cut out. I used 3 different leaves. This is a maple leaf. Mary buttered these and sprinkled some sanding sugar on them. And then these are a couple of other leaves. After the pie cooks for a while, and I'll show y'all when I put them on there, we're going to put these around the edges of the pies. But I just want to show you how.
Did you see where those went?
One of them's under your thing there. I don't know where the other one went.
Okay. All right, I'll get it
We'll
later.
get them later. Just please don't
Yeah.
fall on them.
I took the weights out of the pie, and she put parchment paper on top of the pie crust, and then put the weights on top of that. So.
Okay, so we're going to move this.
And I dropped a couple of the balls on the floor, and I was looking.
Reminds you of Alabama, doesn't it?
I did that in Alabama, but the reason I did that in Alabama was because I did try to pick them up too hot.
Okay, so let me wash my hands again, and we're going to start scooping these. We're going to cut the potatoes and scoop them out. And little Linda is not with us today.
Little Linda has a sinus infection that she's dealing with this morning with a horrible headache. So she's up all night last night. It hurts so bad. She has them quite often, and I do too. I deal with mine differently. It just drains into my throat and my ears. I'm gonna wash my hands again too.
So we're going to cut these potatoes and we're going to scoop. And so, Mary, every time I bake sweet potatoes in the oven, I think of Molly.
Is that right?
Doesn't it remind you of her?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it, Linda. No.
She always cooked the best sweet potatoes. See, I'm just cutting them in the middle,
Yeah.
and then we're going to scoop them out with the spoon. I'm hoping that these aren't stringy. You know, sometimes you get sweet potatoes that are. They're looking pretty good so far.
Yeah.
But Ma would grease hers probably with the lard, didn't she?
Probably. Yeah.
I grease these with Crisco.
And
Thank you, Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
And we got some lotion, and I meant to get that out and bring it in here.
Somebody.
It's, I don't know if it's pronounced Nivea or Nivea, but she sent us 2 things of lotion, or somebody did. There wasn't a name in it. If there was a name in it, I couldn't find it. Oh, I need to get eggs out too.
When you put the oil on it, the skin comes off really easy.
Yeah, that's why you do the.
Yeah.
That's why you grease it real good with Crisco.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't use oil. I used Crisco shortening.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get my eggs out.
I just don't want to get all that. You want me to scoot over and let you get on this side?
Well, I'll get over there in a second. I want to try to get these in the oven.
I actually think it'd be
because they got
best
to cook.
to just pick it up and dump it in there. What do you think? Would you do that or not?
You can do that as long as you don't get any of that yucky part.
Yeah,
in
I
there.
know the end of it will have to be cut off.
Yeah, I think you may have to scoot over a little, Mary.
Yeah, it will.
So, again, this is for 2 pies, and this is 5 pretty good size sweet potatoes. If you're doing, I'm not going to keep going back and forth. We're just going to tell what we're doing for 2. So,
I can't see over there, so I probably did dump something in there I shouldn't have.
oh, that's okay. It's just a little bit
Yeah.
of string. Mike doesn't eat sweet potato
I
pie,
can't
so
see. Oh,
probably
really?
probably wouldn't matter if it was in there or not. But
Well, no, I don't want it in there either. I just couldn't see when I dumped it in there. But just not everybody bakes the potatoes before they're making sweet potato pie.
nope, they don't. But I can tell you right now, if you want to make a difference in the way your pie tastes, baked are really
Yeah,
good.
It does.
So we'll get the rest of this out and then move this pan out of the way. Yeah, we go to malls in the fall and walk in her house, and oh my goodness, it smells so good. her baked sweet potatoes.
I love baked sweet potatoes.
And you don't even have to put a lot of stuff on them for them to be good. I mean, they're just good any way you do them. Even if you're just eating them plain.
Yeah.
Let me get those ends off.
Yeah, I should have just cut the end off before I ever peeled it. But you know, I was trying to save every bit I could.
Yeah. I think that's good. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to throw this thing away. So,
Do you
yeah, just set it over there anywhere, Mary, to get it out of the way. Now we're going to put our, so you can see this is a 3-quart bowl, and that's about a little over half full of sweet potatoes. And we're going to do 2 2/3 cup of sugar. And
now, do you mash those
imperial
first?
sugar.
Do you mash those first, or just wait
I'm
to
going
get
to
the
beat
sugar in
these
there?
with a mixer.
Okay.
And actually, I think I'll go ahead and put the butter in there too. This
Okay.
is 1 stick of butter.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, 1 stick of butter.
Okay. And out of there.
2
And
and
if you will
2/3.
measure the sugar for me, Mary.
Yeah.
And I'll open the milk and beat these eggs. I'm gonna beat the eggs with the
Just
milk.
go ahead and put them in
Yeah,
there?
you can just go ahead and put it
That's
in there.
that's 1 cup. It's 2 cups, and then 2/3 a cup.
And you can go ahead and measure the spices.
Okay.
Make sure you use the numbers that are out beside it,
Okay.
so we get enough for 2 pies.
All right. We want 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm gonna move this.
I'll take that, Mary. Get
Well,
that
I
out
can
of
set
your
it
way.
right there, but they may not be able to see me. This is cinnamon, and it calls for 2 teaspoons. And again, we're doing this for 2 pies. 2 teaspoons, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon plus. 1/2 teaspoon.
Now that cinnamon plus is strong. Don't you think
Right.
it is, Mary?
It is. It is strong. I don't use it as much as I do cinnamon. Do you?
No, I don't. I like it, but it's just,
Yeah.
I don't use it as much.
So that was a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon plus. And if you don't have cinnamon plus, you could just add a little more cinnamon,
I've
right?
got it written down there, if you don't have cinnamon plus, what to use.
If you don't have cinnamon plus, you use 1/8 a teaspoon. Well, actually, it would be 1/4 a teaspoon of allspice and 1/4 a teaspoon of nutmeg if you don't have cinnamon plus.
And that just kind of takes up for that. So
And I
I've
need 1 teaspoon of salt.
got 4 eggs here, and I'm going to use 1 cup of evaporated milk. Canned milk, pet milk, store brand milk, carnation, whatever you got, it's all the same, right?
And it is going up sky high. Have you noticed, have you bought canned milk lately?
No, I
It's
haven't.
$1.35 a can.
I sure don't doubt it. Don't doubt
All right,
it.
this is
One
1
bit.
teaspoon of salt. And again, that's for 2 pies. All right, now vanilla. When you get through, you don't want to put this
You
vanilla
can
in
put
there
the
now.
vanilla in here,
Okay,
if you
yeah,
will, Mary.
Yeah,
Thank you.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
And we're using real extract.
Yeah. Now, when I say vanilla,
Yeah, we just say vanilla.
We say
We're
vanilla.
not used to saying
Yeah.
extract.
Right.
But most of the time when we're cooking,
Yeah.
we're using
I
extract.
never use imitation.
Well, the clear is a blend. It's not completely. So I beat my eggs up.
Do
And
you want this whisked together before you put that in
yeah,
there?
that's what I got that whisk out. I already got one out there.
Oh.
Just kind of, I should have put the,
Well, I forgot about it being in the
it's, yeah,
spices, so
just
it's not
kind of
gonna-
mix it.
Should have done the,
I had planned to do that separate and I didn't
Yeah.
do it.
I wasn't thinking either.
But we're going to get it mixed up
Oh
good.
yeah, that mixer will mix it good. Okay, let's just go ahead because do you want me to? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These whisk, they solids get stuck in there. I want to get it all out. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here. I turned my oven down to 375. Would you take that
I sure
spatula
will.
or that spoon bowl scraper and get this out for me? Thank you, Mary. I probably should have gotten the bigger bowl. I'm going to start this on slow because I don't want it splattered everywhere. I definitely should have got a bigger bowl. I'm not the one that usually does that. I usually have big bowls, but this one I didn't.
You got the big bowl like this.
Yeah, I got big bowls. I
Yeah.
just got
Yeah.
this middle one out.
I sure do like these bowls.
I like them, but I'm going to tell you, if you have hands that don't hold on to things, they are slick.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's not completely smooth, but it's pretty smooth.
Smells good.
It does smell good. Don't it? Well, let's make sure we got everything in
Ah,
here.
I got the salt, I got the vanilla, the cinnamon plus, cinnamon, evaporated milk, eggs, butter, sugar, and sweet potatoes. Think we got it all in there, Linda?
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Now you want me to bring the pie shells over here?
Yes, please, because we're going to.
Yeah, I better leave it on the tray.
Yeah.
Or you gonna cook them on the tray?
I'm gonna cook
Which
them on
one
the
you gonna
tray.
cook first, or you gonna cook them both at the
I'm
same
gonna cook
time?
them both at the same time.
All right.
I'm gonna cook one on one tray, one
Okay.
oven tray, and one the other. Now this is a deep dish.
Yeah, it's gonna take more
So,
filling than that one.
It's going to take a little bit more. I need this bowl scraper here. Okay. So I'm going to pour, Mary, and you can kind of,
Okay.
you know, do the
Okay.
pan around. I think this one is going to take over half of it.
Okay, try this
And
one.
let's fill
Oh,
this
here,
one
here.
up.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Okay.
Now see. Now these swell up.
Yeah, they do.
They get high.
I
They
put a
get
little-
taller. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
good for that one.
Yeah.
Let's see, this was 5 sweet potatoes, and it made two
yeah,
nice pies.
Absolutely.
These are not like a pie tin that you buy in the store that's
Right.
you know
Thin,
barely
real.
an inch deep. These are nice pie
Yeah.
plates.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You think
I
that's
think
good?
that's perfect.
Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven at, we have a 375-degree oven.
Leave it to me.
I did this
Throw
all
it
day
in there?
yesterday.
And did you splatter it on yourself?
Yeah, I had to get Mike to wash
Yeah.
my apron again yesterday. So we're going to put these in the oven, and we're going to bake them probably about, yeah, take that up so that don't burn on the pan. We're going to bake them about 20 minutes, and then we're going to take them out, and we're going to line the little thing with leaves. Do you think that we need to cover these edges, Mary?
I would, because they're already a little brown. I
Okay.
would. I sure would.
Let's-
Now there's a little bit of dark right there. I don't know if that you want me to get that out or not.
Can you tell if it's cinnamon or if it's
Well, let me
part of
see.
the end of the potato?
Let me look. It's cinnamon.
Okay.
I'll just stir it up.
Okay. Just tear off some strips. Now we have a thing that goes around this, but I didn't get them out, so I'm just gonna kind of cover these a little bit. I don't want it to touch the pie filling. So if you're doing this and you don't have the pie protector, or you forget to get it out like I did, just kind of cover the edges of it a little bit. Just make sure you don't get it touching the filling.
Well, I didn't make that piece big enough to fold under. When you fold it under, it does a lot better. When you roll it.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that first one.
Not gonna be perfect, but it'll be. It don't matter what it looks like anyway, because they're gonna come off.
Right.
And we take it out to put the leaves on.
I'm gonna connect these together so they'll stay on better.
And the reason we're doing this is just we don't want these edges to get any browner, because we
Linda,
we did pre-bake this. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this.
I know how to do this, but I have to do a mental.
I can run in there and get one of those things.
That's
I
all
think
right.
I'll do it.
When I do anything, I have to mentally prepare myself, or it won't work for me. So I'm still gonna have to get another piece.
I'm gonna go in there and grab that just to let them see it.
All right. It'll fit on this one, won't it, Linda?
I think it will.
One more piece. I used to do this all the time because I didn't have pie shells, but I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job of it this morning.
Well, I should have had one of these out to start with, because I really didn't want to show them this. And I want to see if it fits.
Here, put that on
I
there.
think it will.
I give up. I don't have enough time to fool with it.
Sometimes I lose patience, and this is just a little tin pie shell. It will fit, Mary.
Yeah.
Now, it won't fit that other one.
Yeah.
Because that other pie is a little bigger.
That's perfect.
It doesn't fit down on there, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all it needs, is just to hover over it.
Mary, if you'll open that
I
oven
will.
for me, please. Thank you.
See, you cook on the bottom rack and the,
It's not the bottom. It's the next to the bottom.
you have 3 racks in your oven?
No, but I've got several spaces.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
Okay.
my back don't normally hurt me, but my back is hurting today from what I did yesterday. I know I got a bruise on my hand here. I just moved a lot of stuff yesterday.
I noticed it,
and,
Mary.
Well, you can't just not do nothing. When something needs to be done, you just do it. I don't want to call on my kids every time I get ready to move something.
Mary, my mama was the same way.
Mother was easy to bruise. Is that what you're talking about? I'm easy to bruise.
Well, not that she was, but she would do something
Very
herself.
independent.
Yes.
Very independent, yeah.
She absolutely
But,
would do something herself.
you know, I had a pretty productive day. I wished I had about a week like I did yesterday, and I could get most of my work done. But I don't have a week that I don't do something other else.
It takes me longer to do something than it used to take. And that's because I have to stop and take breaks.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's because of my back.
I took breaks yesterday too. I had to. I think about an hour at a time is about all I could work without resting just a few minutes.
Well, you usually don't do that.
I usually don't, but it was making my back was hurting yesterday. Anyway, I got a lot done. Still got a lot more to do, but and Linda, I keep forgetting to tell you that we had talked about what was going to do Christmas for our Christmas little get together at the house for Pinky Moss.
Right.
And I talked to the ladies at church Sunday. We had the soup dinner at church, and so we was visiting, and the group of ladies wants to bring the young people, wants to bring the young group that and sing.
Well, that'd
So
be
we're
nice.
gonna let the young people sing. Kids, most of them's little kids. We have 4 teenagers. I think we got another 5 teenagers. Anyway, we're gonna let them sing for y'all. Just some Christmas carols.
We don't know the date for that.
We don't know the date for it. I got to get back with them, and they got to get with look at their calendar and see when we're going to be doing that. But it'll be in December. But I just thought that would be sweet for them to sing for y'all. I think y'all would enjoy hearing the little kids sing. This camera is off a little bit.
I think it'll be fun. And I haven't posted pictures of the cookies that I made yesterday. Now,
We should get them out.
walking away from the camera again, like we always do.
Yeah, not having little Linda here. Well, Linda, do you want me to get them?
No, I got them.
Okay. All right, these are really cute. To use 2 or 3 different kinds of, I'm going to get them a little closer so y'all can see.
I'll show them the leaves that I used.
She used cookie cutters to cut out these little leaves, and then we made little indentions.
I used my scribe tool, and these are just 3 leaves. I have a small pumpkin cutter, but it's not pumpkin pie, so I didn't want to put a pumpkin on it.
Yeah.
But if you were making pumpkin pies, you could do this to kind of dress it up a little bit.
I have the pumpkin cutters. I have some of these leaves. I may have that one too.
This is a maple leaf, and I have a holly leaf cutter. I honestly don't know what leaves these are. I'm not.
That's the oak there. That's the oak
This
leaf.
is maple. I thought that was maple.
Well, it may be maple.
It might
be
not be,
maple.
but it looks like a maple leaf
Okay.
to me. That's the only one that I think I know what it is. I don't know what the others are. But I'm not a flower garden person, so, you may be right.
No,
I have no
okay.
idea.
It
But
probably is.
just little small, I love little things.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of look cute. And we're going to alternate them, putting them around the pie crust
real
to
cute.
make them kind of look cute. And this
Yeah.
is my little scribe tool that I used yesterday, and that's how we made the little indentions.
Now, Linda, you cooking the pies on what temperature?
375.
For how long?
I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes, but it's got to cook for 35. Then I'm going to take it out, and we're going to place these leaves on it and put it back in there, because we don't want to just set these leaves on it,
Yeah.
because when it
Fall
won't
down.
actually be part of the
Yeah.
pie. And you can't put them in to start with. You can't put any kind of a decoration on a
On
are
a
these
custard?
considered custard?
Yeah, I would think it'd be custard.
I was going to say custard,
Yeah, I would
because it
consider-
will fall.
Yeah.
So you got to cook it some till
Yeah.
it starts to
Yeah.
set, and then you can add it on there. So those are going to be cute. Let me put my stuff over there, and then I'm going to show y'all the cookies
Yeah.
that I did yesterday.
Ready for cooking.
And I'm actually not through with them. I'm still
What else
on
have
my-
you got to do?
I'm gonna put some more lines and do some
Okay.
more. I'm thinking I might get my airbrush machine out and put some shadows on them.
Okay.
But this was
These
really
are beautiful, Linda.
This was a lot of fun. Would you believe as much corn candy as me and you have eaten our life? I didn't
I
get
know.
the colors right.
When I was watching you do that, I says, if y'all only knew how much candy corn that she and I have eaten with peanuts. But I would have done the same thing.
I
Linda.
said to myself, my
I
sister's
would've-
saying, no, that's not the way it goes. That's not the way it goes. Anyway,
It's okay. It's all right.
The orange is in the middle and the yellow's on the bottom. So I got those 2 colors turned around. And these are thin cookies. They're not like most cookie Cookiers, is
Yeah.
that the proper term?
Yeah, that's right.
They make the really thick cookies. I just don't like the thick cookies.
Yeah,
Do you?
these look beautiful. No, these look beautiful.
And then this was just, I was just showing different techniques, how you can do like little flowers, and that's wet on wet. When you put dots or the squigglies or whatever you want to do, lines, you do that while
it's wet.
before the cookie has set.
Yeah.
And I have edible markers and all kinds of stuff that I can use, but
Here's the pumpkin one. Show them the pumpkin
yeah,
one.
I just did some little squiggles in that. Somebody asked me to show how to make a face on a pumpkin, and this is not a perfect face. I told y'all yesterday I'm not an artist. Mary's kids are.
It's cute, Linda.
But it just shows different things that you could do. You could put eyebrows. You could do it off center. I mean, there's just so many ways you can decorate stuff, which,
And you just put
and
white
I just-
on that
yeah,
and put
I just
sugar.
put sugar on that. You can also, while they're wet, you can turn them upside down and dip them in the icing. But I just put it on there for the little.
I like for y'all to see up close. That's her pumpkin. This is her.
That's the one with the wrong color.
This is the one with the wrong.
Where's
You got
Where's
one
the
with the
one?
middle. Yeah, here it is. I thought the orange. There it is. Okay.
Our
I forgot.
phones have been ringing off the
I
hook
know
this
it.
morning. Oh, we got to do the birthday winner, Mary.
Yes. Let me turn this on.
So, I don't know. I may put some more stuff on these, and I may not. I don't know. And Mary, you know,
Wasn't it Jan Carr? It's on that phone. But I sent it to your phone. The winner of the birthday apron, and you wanted pink. I think it was Jan Carr. I'm pretty sure. It came on the business phone, but that's what we're filming on. So we didn't write it down. I just sent it to her phone so she'd have a copy. So Mike could go ahead and put it in the mail today. But I'm pretty sure it's Jan Carr from Nebraska.
Mary, it's Kerr, K-E-R.
Kerr.
It's Joanne Kerr.
Joanne Kerr. K-E-R-R?
Yes.
Joanne Kerr. See, I got the name wrong. It's Joanne Kerr from Nebraska. So we'll be getting a pink apron because that's what you said you wanted, pink. We're giving your choice of pink or white on the birthday aprons now. So next month, don't start texting your September birthdays until the last week. November. November. The November birthdays will be texted to the business phone the last week.
Do you want to try one? You can if you want to. If you don't, you don't have to.
Not now.
Okay.
I want a bite of that pie.
Okay.
And I am trying to get back to watching what I eat again. I kind of got off of that now for several months, and it makes me feel bad. So I know what to do to make me feel better, and that's to quit eating sugar. That's the hardest thing in the world for me. But I've got to stop eating sugar because I've been eating a lot of sweets. So I'm going to try to cut out my sweets because it's not for weight. It is literally to make me feel better.
Yeah.
My left foot and leg hurts so bad and swells. And when I was on that strict diet, my feet did not swell at all. Remember how small?
Yeah, I did.
So for my health, I've got to stop eating sugar. So, I'm not going to stop completely because I like sugar, but I am going to be more careful because I've got to get my feet to quit swelling on me. So.
A lot of people think because I do bake a lot, and and of course, I definitely am overweight myself, but that I eat everything in sight, and especially sugar. And I'm like Mary, I like sugar, but I really do try to watch what I eat. But anyway, I love making it, and I made pineapple cupcakes over the weekend.
Oh, I love pineapple cupcakes.
Those are something that we really, really do
I
like.
love them. I'm gonna scoot. I'm gonna get Cheryl over and let you scoot over. I've done tried to move that camera once to make sure that you got in there good. So,
so we need to get a date when we're going to
do the Christmas.
do the Christmas caroling.
I told them, I'm not looking at a calendar, but I told them either the second week or the third week of December. It's either the 10th or the 17th. I mean, those weeks, either the 10th or the 17th.
When is the parade in Longview? That's the
The
first
first.
week. Okay.
The first week of the first day of December
Okay.
is the parade in Longview. Yeah.
So Linda's got a job on her hands for that.
I know. Well, I've been buying decorations for the float.
I've never done a float. Have
Is
you?
that right? I've helped with them.
Linda said,
I've helped
I'll
with
do all the work, and it is going to be a lot of work.
It is.
I
Yeah.
didn't volunteer
Yeah.
because I can't
Yeah,
bend
it's-
over and
yeah.
stand up. But
Yeah, well, the trailer's not too far off the ground, so you don't have to be too low, but yet it is stooping, you know. But I forgot what float. We was in a parade. I forgot who it was. In Angleton one time. I was in a parade. It was probably a church parade.
Mary
It
loves
probably was.
parades.
I love parades.
When we were
do.
little and we were living in West Texas, we always went out there in the fall for Daddy to work at the gyms and Mama would work in the fields. The workers, they called them hands, and that is not meant to be a derogatory mark. That's just what they called them, was hands, because they were pulling or picking cotton with their hands.
Yeah.
And she would weigh the cotton and then took care of the payroll and everything. Daddy worked in the gyms, and he worked like 80 hours a week. He worked for $1 an hour, and that was good money.
Yeah.
Lots of people in East Texas went to West Texas in the fall to pick or pull cotton or to work in the gyms. And you know, several years ago, and it's probably still there. That gym is still there.
Is that
worked
right?
in.
I
Yes.
hadn't been out there in so long.
It's been a long time too, but I imagine it's still there.
Yeah.
But Mary, we would go to Aunt Elsie and them lived out there. Aunt Faye and them lived out there. Was that all of our family?
Aunt Belle. Aunt Belle.
I
Belle,
didn't say
Aunt
Aunt Belle,
Elsie.
Aunt Laverne. I mean,
Aunt
Aunt Elsie.
Elsie.
Her
And Aunt
family.
Belle was out there too, because Aunt Belle was there whenever I burned my feet.
Oh, okay, okay, there she was.
Yeah.
Well, we did, we went to Christmas parades while we were, because we stayed until right before Christmas and everything was finished, and then we come back home. So, were we in Lubbock, Mary, on that parade?
Was it Lubbock or Lockney? I don't know.
It might have been Lockney. I can't imagine
It was probably
Lubbock
Lockney.
was a big town.
It was probably Lockney.
Even
'cause
back
it wasn't,
then.
It wasn't a big town.
And
It was
I
Lockney.
can't imagine you getting away from
No.
Mama in a big town. She'd probably had us all reined in pretty good. But Mama turns around and Mary's gone.
I love parades.
She's out in the middle of the road.
I was following the twirlers.
She was
in the
out
van.
there. And how
In the
old were
van.
you?
I was probably, what, 5?
Five,
I
maybe
was
5
probably
years
5,
old?
Yeah.
And of course, Mama had a pretty good little fit over there.
I loved it.
But
I
it
would be a
was-
twirler.
It was cute.
Plumb on up till I was a teenager, I'd be in the yard twirling that twirl. I was pretty good at it. I wasn't in the band or nothing, but I liked to twirl the baton. But I did. I followed the band. That's where they found me.
And didn't you win something?
I did. I won.
What'd you win?
Wasn't it a dresser set? I got a little dresser set.
I was just going to say,
It was
was
a
it a dresser set?
Yeah. I had a choice of a gun with little caps, or a dresser set. I got the dresser set. Of
Don't
course.
you wish you would have kept those
I
things?
do.
I
I
wish
do.
so much. We got dresser sets from time to time at Christmas, and I wished so many times that we would have kept
me
those.
too. Because it was different kind of brush.
Yeah.
It was a brush set.
They were
And
nice.
we-
but
yeah, they were.
They wasn't expensive, for Mama wouldn't have
They
bought
were
them.
nice, yeah.
But
They would look nice today though,
Yeah.
because the way I've seen some of them in antique stores and things, and I said, that's a brush like we used to have.
yeah, that's when I see them. It reminds
Yeah.
me so much of when we
Yeah,
were kids
me
and we got
too.
dresser sets.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what a dresser set is, it's a brush, and it usually had a real pretty decorative back on it,
Yes.
like flowers or something,
Yeah.
and a comb and a mirror.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's 3 pieces.
A hand mirror and a comb and a brush.
That's what we usually got. We got one. It seemed like we got one
We
every
got 'em.
Christmas.
Yeah, we got them real often.
We got a brush set and we got a doll. I didn't get that many dolls because I really wasn't that crazy about dolls, because I like the real babies.
Yeah,
I
Mary
always
played with
loved
babies. She didn't play with
I love
dolls.
babies. I didn't really care for dolls, but you did.
I love dolls,
She
and I
loved
still
dolls.
love dolls.
And
And I've got quite a few of them.
we get a fruit in our shoe. We put our shoe in front of the couch where we wanted Santa to come and
Mama
and
didn't wrap presents.
Uh-huh.
They didn't wrap presents.
And I did that to my kids. Did you know that?
I think, didn't Charles and Linnell
I
do
think
that
they probably did too. I did that with my kids growing up. They placed their shoes wherever they wanted. And I filled them with nuts and fruit is what we put in the shoes. And I didn't wrap. That's from Santa Claus. We had gifts that we exchanged, but from Santa Claus we didn't wrap it. We just laid it in their little spot.
I don't think Mama never wrapped any of our gifts for Christmas. She didn't wrap our gifts. No,
she might not have. I guess I did for my kids. I gave them one wrapped. Yeah.
We each had a chair or a place on the couch or something, and that's how they knew what spot was ours. We put our shoes down.
Yeah.
But Misty, our niece, Edward and Debbie's daughter, she's going to be graduating next month.
In December?
Yes, a nurse. She'll be a nurse.
I knew it was soon. I didn't know what month.
We're so very proud of her.
Yes, we are. She's worked hard, and she's made good grades, too.
It's when you go back to school, and some of y'all have done that, both of our sister-in-laws did, Linnell and Debbie both. When you go back to school when you're an adult, you know, in your 40s or whatever age you are, and you've got a family that you're caring for, children, and you still got meals to prepare, laundry to do, studying to do, it's very commendable for someone to have the determination to do that.
And manage taking care of your kids and your household and still work and set up real late at night and, you know,
and of course
studying.
She's had some help. Edward and Debbie has helped tremendously with the kids and with probably, I don't know, I imagine Edward's probably cooked meals for them sometimes, and Josh, of course, her husband. But
he changed his work schedule, her husband, so he could keep so she could
study at night, and he could watch the kids. No,
it's vice versa. He works at night, so he could be home with the kids. In the daytime while she was at school.
But anyway, I won't tell on air what it is because she may be watching, but I ordered her something for her graduation.
Did you? Well, good. That's great.
So I'm real excited about that, and I'll sing that to her. Oh Lord, I'm getting a leg cramp.
Oh no.
I stopped taking.
Can you stand up?
No, I'm okay. I stopped taking magnesium several months ago. I'm fixing to have to get that bottle out and start taking it again.
I take it every day, and I have to. I had a cramp in my arm Sunday at church. It just pulled that leader or whatever, the muscle or something in there, and closed this thumb. I could not move any of my fingers for a few minutes. The ladies all prayed for me.
Cramps are very, very painful. In case y'all never had one.
Yeah.
You know, when I was cleaning out the closet last Friday, and worked on it Friday and Saturday, but I got down on the floor, and up until just a very short years ago, it was nothing for me to get on the floor.
I know that. You used
cross
to sit
my legs and sit on the floor with the kids.
Yeah.
But I was on the floor and my leg cramped, and I was hollering and hollering.
Oh no!
I got it out, but it's one thing to have a leg cramp sitting, but when you're on the floor and you can't get up, it was funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I fell the other day, normally I wouldn't have been able to get up. But did you know I didn't have a bit of problem getting off the floor? And you know, Linda, I always had problems getting off the floor, but I didn't really have a problem getting up the other day. So I just thank the Lord for that.
You were very, very blessed.
Yes, I was. Well, that box actually kind of broke my arm. My shoulder still hit the floor, but it did break my fall.
Okay, so I'm going to check my pies.
Okay, let me see if I can get the camera over there so they can see it.
And I got to make sure that they've cooked enough. You know, when you're cooking 2 pies, I think they have. Don't you, Mary?
Yeah. To put the crust on it. Yeah.
See, it's already started to set.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if you'll just leave the camera right there, I think we'll do them here.
Yes.
Instead of moving them over, I got to wash my hands again.
Yeah, we'll just put those crust on there.
Okay.
Looks good. Let me see if I can get the camera a little closer to you, Linda.
Okay. Now I'm thinking I'm going to pull this off because this is going to mess up if we.
Might be a little bit too close.
And I'm just going to.
That stand is not level. Okay, that's where we stop now. Go ahead. They can see it now.
Okay. Let's see. Didn't we have 3 different kinds of leaves? Oh, we got some long skinny ones. Okay, so you can start. You can start on 2.
Okay,
Mary.
well, let me
I'm just
wash my hands.
I'm just going to alternate them.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn some of them one way and some of them the other.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to help you or not.
Yeah.
So, well, have you got both pies out?
No, I'm just.
Okay.
I know we could have done it better that way, but
Okay.
but then.
Do you want to touch it?
Yeah, I want them. They can touch. I don't even care if they overlap, and you can turn some one way and some the other.
Okay.
Isn't it funny how you get quiet when you're
Yeah.
concentrating?
Oh, goodness. Oh, I'll put that one there.
Like this is hard work, y'all.
Now, what we done, we cut these out with the cookie cutter, and then we brushed them with melted butter, and then we sprinkled crystal sugar on them.
I think we probably got more of the bigger ones than we do the smaller
Yeah,
ones. So
we do.
you can. We may have more than we need, but isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's pretty. Let me see if I can get the camera a little closer. See, isn't that pretty?
It just kind of dresses it up a bit. Okay, now I'm going to put this one back in and take the other one out. And how to know when the pies are done. We're cooking these for 35 minutes. Then you want to take a knife and just put, we're probably going to do it around the edge of where the leaves are. And when it comes out, actually it probably should be in the middle, shouldn't it, Mary? Put the knife in the middle.
Yes, yes.
Because that's where it's the thickest at.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your knife comes out clean. You can turn them any way you want to, Mary. I just thought we'd do something a little different. Now this is a little deeper, so this one hasn't set. Fine, just empty those in there if you will. Thank you. Don't touch your hand on that hot.
I think I'll let you do the rest of them so you can reach
Okay.
it. I don't know if they can see what you're doing or not.
And I think that sugar is pretty too, don't you?
Yeah,
Mary?
the sugar, I think this makes it pretty. It kind of glistens.
Okay, so now so we didn't have that many left.
Yeah.
And we used almost a whole pie crust,
to
cut these out.
To do the
And
cutouts.
we did have a little bit left that we could have rolled and made some more with, but we didn't. I have put them little pieces in the freezer so many times and wound up throwing them out.
Yeah.
Have you done that too?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we're going to set this on about 20, let's set it on about 12 minutes.
You taught me talk about not eating sugar. I'm fixing to eat one of these.
Okay, I love to eat those
I'm
little
fixing to eat
things.
one of those little sugar. It's,
They're not completely done, but they're almost done. They're good, aren't they?
They're not sweet like a cookie, but that
No,
sugar
it's
does.
pie crust.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can come back over here and sit down, Mary.
Okay.
So, we are going to be at Sherman. We're going to mention this, right? On November the 10th.
We're gonna be, yeah, you're right.
And I think it's a closed event, isn't it, Mary?
The church, it is closed because this is, at the church, they're having it's like a ladies conference or ladies study or whatever, and they've been participating in this for, I think, a week or for several days. So it's just for them. It's kind of a treat for the ladies that attended.
Okay.
So it is a closed event for
the church.
For the church, and we'll be there on the 10th to speak at that. We haven't gotten permission yet. We don't know whether we'll be able to do a live or not.
Right.
But we'll contact.
We're hoping that we can.
Yeah.
But we are going to. We wanted to see how many would be interested in coming and meeting us the next morning. Right.
If you are interested in doing a meet and greet, we'll be at the hotel. We're going to do it in the lobby of the hotel because we haven't really announced this far enough in advance. And so if you want to meet us, if we get enough people, the church has offered us their facility, but we don't want to open it up for just a handful of people.
Right.
But be respectful to the church because
yeah.
we don't want to do that. So if you want to come to Sherman on the 11th, it'd be on the 11th, November the 11th, on a Friday morning, and we don't really have a time.
Well, it would be after breakfast, between breakfast and
9,
noon, so mid-morning.
About 9, 9:30.
Probably 10, because I think they'll probably serve breakfast probably till close to 10.
Okay. So we will be at the Sherman. Now, what hotel we get? Are we
Is
staying
it
there?
the Hilton Garden?
I think it's Hilton Garden. We'll be there on the 11th.
That morning.
In Sherman, yes. So if you're interested, send us a text, send us an email, get the word to us somehow, so we can get an idea if there is someone that would like to come that's in that vicinity,
Right, and please don't put it in the comments. That's too difficult for us to go back and take out. So either text us at 903-235-4804. That's our business phone. Or send us a direct message or email us.
Yes. So, and we would love to meet some of you that didn't get to come to Bear Creek. We hear people saying come to the Dallas area. Sherman's not that far from Dallas.
No, it's just north of Dallas.
Yeah,
it's not that 25, 30 miles.
It's not far.
40.
So if you like to come, we'll be there at the Sheraton Inn.
I think it's Hilton Garden, but we'll need to confirm that.
Okay.
I know Carla knows because she's the one that set this up.
Right.
And then we'll be at your house tomorrow cooking. And Thursday we're going to Nacogdoches and Lufkin, going to spend the night down there, and we'll probably do some kind of a video on Thursday, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. My days are so mixed up. It's this Thursday that we're doing that.
Yes,
this
2
Thursday.
days from now.
Yeah, that we're going to be in Lufkin, taking care of some business, some things that we're working on that we're not announcing yet.
Right.
So
we appreciate everybody that's liking and sharing our videos. It warms our heart when you do that, and make sure when you're telling people about us that you're giving them the correct page, and if you need us to send that link to you for the correct page, all they got to do is direct message us. Yeah. Don't put it in comments. We do read the comments, but sometimes it's a few days afterwards that we actually read them.
They just don't all pop up on my phone at the time that you're posting them. I don't know if there's so many coming in to yours gets, and
I'm
then
not sure how
then
it
it
works
shows
either.
up later. I don't know how that works. But
I know with my old phone, which was a iPhone 12, I wouldn't see comments for 3 or 4 days. With the new one that I've got, It's down to like maybe I'll see it that afternoon.
Really?
Instead of that that morning.
I don't see them all first. So.
And also, I don't know if I said thank you when we were talking about the lotion and the socks before, but whoever sent those to us, thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. I'll give Mary one of the bottles of lotion, and I'll divide the socks between both of us. They're like little footy socks or something.
Okay.
I believe that's what they were.
Thank
So
you.
whoever sent those, y'all know who sent them, and thank you so much.
There was a lady that sent me a birthday card and told me that she sent me a cup towel, and did I get it? Well, I never did get it, but I got it yesterday. It doesn't have a name on it, so I'm assuming that is the person. And I wrote on the outside of your card that you gave me, cup towel, so I can go back and look. I'll find out who it was and actually sent it to me. But I appreciate it. You embroidered bake day. I think that's what it said. Bake day or bake.
Oh, how sweet.
It's really real sweet cup towel that you put a lot of time and work into crochet.
And there was a lady that wrote us a letter.
Yes,
too.
yes.
And we did receive
really
that.
Sweet
Thank
letter.
you very much.
Yes, very sweet.
Y'all may not know, but we appreciate the effort that goes into
Right.
when someone
It
does
takes
that.
time. People just don't write letters. They don't send cards, and all that individual, personal attention. Effort. A lot of people don't do that anymore. So when we get those little special notes and letters, it's appreciated.
It warms our heart.
Yes.
It does. And we've been on an hour, but do you think we need to wait until those pies get done?
How much longer is it? It doesn't look like it's
about maybe 4 or 5
We'll
minutes.
wait. I want them to see it when it gets done. It's because sweet potato pies. I like sweet potato pies better than
I do
pumpkin.
Mama cooks sweet potato pies. When we were growing up,
Yeah.
I don't ever remember her cooking a pumpkin pie. Do you?
No, I don't.
She always cooked sweet
It
potatoes.
was all sweet potato.
We grow sweet potatoes in East
Yeah.
Texas, and that's probably
Yeah.
why that
Yeah.
she cooks sweet
Yeah.
potatoes.
I don't ever even remember carving a pumpkin.
I don't either.
I don't even remember
I
carving
never
a
remember carving a pumpkin. And I like my sweet potato pie cold.
Hey, I like them cold too. I sure do.
I won't. So
I
we're
do
not
too.
going to cut these because
Yeah,
they're not
because-
going to be set.
Right.
But we will cut them and take a picture.
Right.
Now, for those of you who want a little bit of extra something on it, get some whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
Mix you up some whipped cream. Make sure to sweeten it a little bit. Heavy whipped cream is not sweet.
Put about
So you
a
have
little
to add
sugar.
2 or 3
Yeah.
tablespoons of powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, and sweeten it up. You can also add vanilla. If you add the dark, it's gonna turn the color a little dark.
Yeah.
But if you have clear, you can add clear to it, and put it in a real pretty piping bag, and you can pipe you a little rosette on it. I probably won't, because I just
No.
love sweet potato pie.
Yeah,
Don't
I do
need nothing
too.
on it.
I like that and a glass of milk.
But I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the sweet potato pie, and of course this morning the goal was, which I know I'm repeating myself. Sometimes when I repeat myself, I figure people say, "You already said that." Do you think that?
I don't know.
She don't know she's already said that.
I think that when somebody does it, so I guess you do it too.
I know I've already said it, but I do repeat myself sometimes. But I was going to have one made or almost done when Mary got here, and of course, since I didn't get my sweet potatoes baked in time, it takes a good 2 hours to prepare in the morning.
Before we get on
not
video.
what you do the day before, which is making sure you got all your ingredients.
Yeah, it's
Getting everything together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
I enjoy it.
I can't imagine us not doing this
I know,
because we would be sitting not doing anything or wondering what we could do like Mama used to.
I know. I was thinking about it on the way over here. What would I be doing if I wasn't doing this? It's kind of hard on us driving, especially mornings when you don't feel that good, and you have to drive 55 miles one way. And that's the back way. It would be 64 miles if we came the other way. But I don't know what I'd do if I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this. So, this may be just for a season, but the Lord is blessing us.
Yeah.
and gives us something to do. And we love all your fellowship and communications, and I just feel like we've gained a lot of friends.
We have gained a lot of friends all over the world, not just in the United States, but all over the world. And we feel like we know y'all. I mean, we honestly do. Somebody will mention somebody's name, and I'll say, "Oh yeah, that one's from Nebraska, or this one's from Canada, or this one's from Great Britain or Ireland," or we know who y'all are. You know. Yeah. And some of you have sent pictures to us, so that even puts a more connects us more to you.
Puts a picture to your name. Yeah.
And I figured that we would find something to be busy with, but it wouldn't be like we are busy now. Just active, constantly active. And I want to tell you something. I've got a little philosophy here. I think when you sit down in your rocking chair, I think you're starting to...
You get what Pink Paul used to say, stove up. You get stiff. I would.
People need a reason to live, Mary.
It gives you hope, yes. And you have to have hope.
And a lot of people that watch us, we know, some of y'all are disabled, some of you are in wheelchairs. We have different age groups that watch us. Some of you still work. We have some little children.
Yes.
One of our followers sent me a message, and I don't even like that word. I say that and I almost cringe every time I say it. But our friends and our viewers, that her little 1-year-old, I hope I'm saying this right, granddaughter loves to watch us.
Is that right? Isn't that sweet?
And that just touches me.
Well, there's and we have several people out there that sends us pictures of the grandkids in the kitchen with them, and it just thrills my heart. And my little great grandson, little Aaron, he's a special needs child, and he loves to cook, and his mother helps him in the kitchen lots of times because he just loves it. And you know, who knows, that little boy may grow up and be a chef because he's very intelligent. So it really makes me feel good that children is wanting to get in the kitchen and cook. And Linda, I haven't heard from the little girl. What's her name? Oh goodness, what is her name? That we met in Mississippi, and she started her Addie, and she started her own blogs on Facebook, cooking in the kitchen. And I haven't heard from her in a long time. She lost her daddy. And he was young. He wasn't old.
I was thinking about them the other day.
I was trying to find her phone number, and I couldn't find it.
They came to Mississippi when we had our meet and greet in Mississippi. Yeah. Her and her mother came, and we got to meet them, and it was so sweet.
So, Addie, if you out there, give us a text and let us know how you're doing, because we would just love to we'd love to hear from you, her and her mother.
Those pies aren't done yet, Mary. Okay. So. You're going to have to, I know I did open them and take them out of the oven. That probably took 4 or 5 minutes out of the cook time. Right. And when you open the oven, it makes your temperature go down a little bit.
True.
So I set it on a little bit more. And if you want to keep talking, we can keep talking.
How much longer did you put it for?
I think I put it on for like 8 more minutes. Okay. Don't want to cook it too long, but I also want it to be done too. Yeah.
Well, that's up to you. I mean, I know they want to see it, but it's gonna have to cool before you cut it.
Yeah, it will cool before I cut it, but maybe we can just talk a few more minutes if y'all are hanging there with us.
Yeah,
a few more minutes. I'm so excited, and I want to get stuff out for Christmas. And,
me too.
And I'm like Mary. I've got books in my living room, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them if I start decorating, but. Maybe that's one reason I've had an incentive to clean out closets.
Well, your living room is a lot bigger than mine, so mine is really crowded. Well, so I'm getting it there. I still haven't got it all done yet, but I've carried a lot of it to the storage. A lot of it.
Have you heard anything from Randy about him?
No, I have not.
Our cousin.
We need to check on that. Sure do.
So maybe we can, while we're in Nacogdoches or something, maybe we can find out how he's doing.
Yeah.
Rita and Eve Joe, they text me every once in a while.
Yeah, me
Aunt
too.
Lucy's kids, Aunt Lucy's girls. She had 4 kids, but Rita was watching the day that I mentioned the cinnamon rolls, and she texted me, and it made me feel so good that she heard, because we love those kids.
She makes some good cinnamon rolls.
She is an excellent cook. Excellent cook.
And she's bakes with. I think she bakes with the public. Does she bake
did
for
many years.
Yeah,
I don't know if she still does.
Yeah.
I think her daughter does too, or her granddaughter.
Maybe, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, they'd have to. It runs in the family, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I'm, you think about, we're trying to get all these recipes in and cooked and showing y'all for the holidays. So, we've got a lot of things coming up, and some of them we may have already done videos a while ago.
Right. I think maybe have, but you know what? When it comes to the holidays, some of y'all haven't heard us or seen the video of us making certain dishes, so we're going to probably do some repeats of things that we done last year.
Right.
But I found a recipe that, you know me, that I want to try, and I have never in my life liked Brussels sprouts. Do you?
I have eaten them. Not my favorite vegetable, but I have eaten them before.
I think that's going to be my new dish for the holiday. Well, let me bake it first and see. But I'm going to give that a try. And
they're so cute.
I've got a lot of new recipes that I really have never made before. And whenever I do that, I do not want to get on camera and make that before I've made it myself. So you know what? Everything new that I do, I cook ahead of time. So I'm doing that recipe twice. So there's one or two I might do on camera without doing it ahead of time. But I've got some new recipes that I want to try.
Well, I think
they're really not new.
Right, but new to
me.
Yeah. We do tend to cook the same, or have pretty much the same menu every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We might change up a little bit. That one year, I was still living in Mississippi. I think y'all had already moved back to Texas. Mama was living at the farm, and she had a mobile home down there by the little red house, and she decided she was going to we were used to her same menu every year. Yeah. She was going to do Christmas Around the World, and she had a book, probably bought it at Goodwill. Mm-hmm. I think I've actually got it back there. She picked out all these dishes, no telling how much money she spent making them.
Well, she might have done that when we lived in the trade, but she also did that when she lived in those little duplex apartments up there by Mall, didn't she?
I don't know. What I'm thinking about is at the farm, but she could have done it there too.
She does something different there too.
And I'll tell you why. The time that I'm talking about, Mama was a widow at 39. Yeah. In fact, I couldn't leave today without saying today is November the 1st.
Yeah.
60.
Was 64, and this is 22. 8.
46, 58 years ago today is when our daddy left this world. Yeah. And November the 1st is always normally Mary and I will, we'll text or something if we, the years that we hadn't actually been physically together.
I thought about it on the way over here this morning.
But it's something that you always think about, November the 1st, and he was buried on November the 3rd. But it's a happy time of year for us because we love the holidays so much, but it's also a very reverent time of year because of that. But we grew up, and I probably lost my train of thought what I was going to say before I said that, but we grew up with a family unit where we sat at the table every meal we ate. And Mama cooked 3 meals a day. Now when we were in school, I can't imagine them eating. They might have eaten leftovers, but she had food on the table 3 times a day. Yeah. And sandwiches were very, very few and far between. And what the sandwiches that we had in the summertime was bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Yeah. But we didn't have sandwiches. Yeah, we had a hot meal. Yeah. We did.
I think Bobby my husband must have had bologna sandwiches because he loved bologna sandwiches.
He could
fried fried bologna. He loved fried bologna sandwiches. A lot of times he'd say, I'm not hungry for nothing but a fried bologna sandwich. And
I guarantee that's what he did. Now I know what I was talking about. I was talking about the Christmas around the world. So Mama was 39 when Daddy died, and she never, as there was a few guys that were interested in her. There was one lawyer in Mississippi that was really interested in her. She never, as far as I know, even considered going out on a date. So she was very young. And this particular day, this Christmas.
You want me to check that? You continue talking. I'll check the post.
Okay. The pot holders are over there, Mary, on that tray. So this particular Christmas, when we all got there, and I was usually the first one there, maybe not every year, but most of the time I was, because I was the only one that didn't have a family, and I could just get up and go when I wanted to. But when she got dressed that morning for our Christmas, for our dinner, she was dressed fit to kill, wasn't she, Mary? Do you remember that?
Yep.
She had on this beautiful shawl, and I don't know where she got that shawl. More than likely, she got it at a Goodwill or a secondhand store, because Mama did not splurge on clothes. She mostly made her own clothes. And she had on this beautiful outfit, and we were all, Edward, I remember Edward, and especially Edward, because me and Edward were the jokesters. He was going in every room, opening the doors and saying, where's the man at? You got a man hidden in here? Which he was just kidding. He knew that wasn't true. You think it's done?
I don't think it's done.
Okay, well then put it back in there. You want me to open the door?
The middle of it jiggles just a little bit too much.
Okay. So we will get off and we'll show pictures of this when they get done. They just had to cook a little bit more than 35 minutes. Yeah. So I would say 45 to 50 minutes if you're making this. But anyway, Mama didn't have anybody in there. She just dressed up because she was doing this Christmas around the world, and she had all these new dishes that we wasn't accustomed to. And but it was fun. It was a fun day. And even though we wanted our regular meal back, and the next year she did have, it was fun, her doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah. But we, like you said, we wanted to go back to our original because it was too much difference.
Yeah,
foods.
it was. Now we love tamales. We've had them several different times at Christmas, along with our traditional food.
Right.
And we had those last year when siblings got together.
Yes, we did.
The day before, and we really. I think I bought 13 or 14 dozen.
It was a lot, but it was good too.
So it was really, really good. So thank y'all. This has been a long video. I appreciate y'all staying with us, and I'll post pictures of the pies when they come out of the oven. So if you're cooking these, allow about 45 to 50 minutes to cook, especially if it's in a deeper. Now, if it's in the little tiny shallow ones,
it won't take as long.
It won't take as long. Is there anything that
I think that's it. We'll meet at my house tomorrow doing a chicken casserole.
Okay.
So, we love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you so much. Be
Have
sure
a
to
blessed
count your
day.
blessings.
Blessed day. Bye-bye.